Aloha, welcome to On the Porch, the longest running virtual gathering of Hawaiians and Hawaiians at Heart, presented by the Sandwich Island Social Network every Monday. We've been doing so for, I don't know, the last almost 3 years, I think, plus 3 years already we've been going.
Plus 3 years.
Plus 3 years. And
actually this December, so March, we make 4 years.
We make 4 years. And as Tuila noted a couple of weeks ago, we have been together longer than most Hollywood marriages. So it's
we've been all the way with the pandemic.
All the way through the pandemic, you know. Oh my goodness. So welcome everybody. Thank you for joining us. And my goodness, we have our ohana all over creation. We can start all the way over in Moku o Keawe, and there is Pu'alilea Hana mai ka'i. Aloha, Pu'alilea.
Hello, folks.
So
Aloha
I hear
from the wonderfully stormy Moku o Keawe right now. We're being pounded. Well, actually, all of our islands are being pounded right now. This massive storm coming through. We don't usually get lightning and thunder, but we get plenty today. So if I all of a sudden disappears because the lightning knocked our electricity out again.
Yeah. Winds and lions and tigers and bear. Oh my! So
Throw in Mauna Loa for a little extra.
Yeah.
Right?
So Mauna Loa kind of slowed down a little bit, or completely stopped. Still kind of.
No, it's still going, but it's not. It has slowed down a lot. So Saddle Road is no longer in danger yet. It's still pumping. That fissure up there up top is still pumping, but it's not putting anything huge in danger, should I say. No housing complexes, no massive roads or anything like that. So it's okay. And the storm actually is benefiting us because it is clearing out all the fog. We need that.
Yeah. So it's interesting how things kind of sort of balance out. You have various different kinds of weather and rain and wind and whatever, and it seems that one benefits the other, and you get some more clear skies coming in, and the fog goes away, and then Good. So all the way from the islands, and then we go all the way to the island of Oregon, and we get Kobabi Nalawai, who just arrived. He's just defrosting now.
Yes.
How was your flight? I know you left LA. You left LAX this afternoon, and
we left. The flight coming in, our plane coming in from Washington, up here in Washington, was late, so we were delayed about a half an hour. But the flight was good coming up. What did he say? We were cruising at 34,000 feet, smooth as glass.
Nice.
But then he started descending, and boy, I don't know what we hit, but it was rough. It wasn't like yeah, exactly. But yeah, it was a good flight, overall. And like I said, once we got off the plane, reality struck you right in the face. Oh my! But we were here last year, so it took me a minute to remember. Oh yeah, it's cold up here.
Yeah. So
how was getting in and out of the LA airport?
Actually, it wasn't bad. We decided we left the house at 8:00 this morning. The flight was supposed to leave at 12, but we wanted to make sure we were early. So we left, and I checked cityalert.com just before we left the house, and there were 2 accidents on the 105, and one and they were both westbound. One at Crenshaw, the other one at the 405. So I told Amy, because Amy was the one that was going to take us, and somehow she checked some other site, and she says, "Well, it's saying it's only a 35-minute trip, right now." And I'm like, "Are you crazy?" I said, "That's not what I was looking at on Google Earth." Well, we got to LAX in about 35 minutes. The
That's
horseshoe wasn't too bad.
That's
The horseshoe
good.
wasn't too bad. We got all the way around the horseshoe. It was less than 7 minutes.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Surprised me.
Yeah. Impressed. Impressed.
I should
But,
say.
other than that, we waited. I think the funniest thing was we were all on a plane, and this one of the girls from inside kept coming in talking to the stewardesses or flight attendants, I should say. Anyway, finally, I could overhear what they were talking about. There were 3 dogs down in the cargo hold. Only
Ooh.
2 of them had tags. They didn't have a tag for the third one, so they're trying to figure out what this third dog was doing in the cargo hold.
Maybe trying to keep the auto too warm. Yeah.
I don't know. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, we finally got off. It was only about a 30-minute delay. And we weren't that late getting in here. I'm trying to remember what time. It was just about 3 o'clock we got in here. So it wasn't too bad.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Original landing time was like 2:35, 2:40, something like that.
Not bad.
So,
That's not
no,
bad.
it wasn't bad at all.
I should say. Well, talking about cruising at about 35,000 feet, we have Auntie Hetty and Uncle Larry usually they usually cruise right around that right there. Those two guys, they ride slightly above all the turbulence and whatever's.
I wish.
Uncle Larry is the pilot because he's the one that does the driving, and then Auntie Hetty is the co-pilot.
No, when you join.
Yeah.
Tell them the story. Tell them the
There's a
story.
joke when Haley drives her car and I'm on the side,
Uh-huh.
Haley drives, right? When I drive my car and she's with me on the side, she drives. You know how that goes.
Yeah. Andy Bumatai has a funny joke he tells. He says when he and the wife they were driving someplace and the son was in a back seat, and the son said, Andy was driving and the son said, "Daddy, can you drop me off at Bobby's place?" And so Andy says, "Son, ask your mother." And the son said, "Why should I ask Mom? You're driving." He says, "Son, I might be driving the car, but your mother is steering."
That's good. That's good.
He goes, and when we go to a parking space, she's the one time, no, you're too close to the curb, back out, go, you got to kind of go on the side a little bit. He said, and the last insult to injury, she puts her hand out, she goes, when you get out of the car, she goes, "Give me the keys." Because somehow I always lose the keys. There's some way it's in my pocket or my jacket or something, so I gotta hand her the keys, so yeah. So I see Auntie Hetty, you guys had some beautiful pictures you posted. What was that?
Which one?
Well,
I've had a very busy 2 weeks.
I should say, well, you had the entire group was all up on the stage.
Oh yeah. My homana.
Yeah.
Okay. Usually at the end of the year, our last week, we all go to lunch, have a good time. But this past, because of the pandemic and we haven't been together, I've kind of switched things around. I have a big class, as you all know. I have them in lines, and every line has a street name from Hawaii. I have Ahukini, Kealia, Halekoa, whatever. Anyway, so 6 lines, and I just said to them way back in the summer, okay, come December, every line has to do something. You can dance, you can sing, you can recite, whatever you want to do. And let me tell you, they just took off. They just took off.
Very creative.
Very creative. We had so much fun. Oh my gosh. Every line did something different. And the hit was the kazoo band.
Oh.
all of them had kazoo. See, one of the gals uses a walker. One of my oldest students. In fact, she was 87 yesterday, Auntie Sue Nagamini. And so she uses a walker. And so they all want to include her. So they think the best thing was using a kazoo. So they did a medley of tunes with the kazoo. And then I think for various Hawaiian Christmas, 3 of them danced it. It was so much fun.
Aw.
Yeah, and they were so creative. It was just wonderful. And then I had one line that was the promotionals from my beginning class. And, they have a lot to catch up on. So I put 2 of my leaders in charge of that line. And they choreographed Jingle Bell Rock to with all the basic kaholo, ka'o, lele, and then lily walk and the cavello, and they put all the steps in with this Jingle Bell Rock, and it was so cute.
Very nice.
And the enthusiasm was amazing, just like they're going through their second childhood.
And then afterwards, I decided, never mind, potluck and all this nonsense. Let's just go over to the buffet. And at the we call it the Four Seasons buffet. And we've kind of made friends with Jason, the manager.
Yeah.
So he lets us have their separate room that seats about 100, but there were only about 40, 47, 40,
Yeah.
48 of us.
Between 45 and
Yeah.
50. Yeah.
Anyway, we ate and we just had our little gift exchange, but then they all wanted to dance.
Uh-huh.
And this is a tight spot. But they all got around the tables and they were all dancing hula, whatever.
Very good. Very
So-
good.
So it's a really nice, And then my beginning hula class, which was Wednesday,
Uh-huh.
we had a potluck at one of the gals' homes, and let me tell you, this is a party house. Her husband is a general contractor,
Uh-huh.
so they came in and they made this house. I mean, this kitchen island is huge. So we had all the food on there, and then on the patio we seated 20, and there was a basketball court, and there was a putting range, and then there was a spa and an outside barbecue, and outside, what do you call them, dishwasher place, and a refrigerator.
Wow.
One of my gals said, "Oh my gosh, the refrigerator she has out on the patio over here is the one I have in my house."
Oh.
But we got to hear one of the gals is a flamenco dancer, so
Oh.
she taught us how to do the castanets. I didn't realize
Ah.
this. In flamenco, there's a male and a female. The male is the left hand, and the female is the right hand. And the right hand has to do 3 clicks, and the left hand does 1. So she said, "So you know who's the boss." And so,
Always, right?
so Mary
Every culture.
showed us how to do that. And then we had another one who was a belly dancer. And so we
Oh.
got on the basketball court, and we're all belly dancing.
So is there a move for a male and a female with the belly dancing?
No, just female.
I was just wondering because Boysan, said he would like to volunteer for that class.
We call you next time, Boy-san. We call you. Come. Anyway, it was,
Might chase everybody away.
it was a great time. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So did you know, Auntie, that also in hula the left and the right side of the body are different genders as well?
Yes.
The,
Yeah.
the left side is kane, the right side is
Yeah.
wahine.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
All these years, I learned something.
Can you all see this picture right here?
Yeah.
Look at Uncle looking all dapper. He's so
No.
handsome.
No.
Oh yeah, we went to Mission Inn with his sister and her daughter.
Now this is a classic picture, Uncle. This is kind of
Oh, here.
Yeah.
has quite an attitude. I mean, there's this certain feeling about this attitude. It's like I don't know, very regal, very in control of his environment.
You need the Tommy gun on that.
Somebody asked me, he
I'm
said,
gonna say
"Hey,
a little bit mafioso, just a little bit mafioso.
this guy sitting at the table with his girlfriend and wife asked me, hey, I dig your coat." And I said, what about Machine Gun Kelly?
That's a great picture, man. That's a great
Yeah,
picture.
we had a good time.
Well, good. Thanks for sharing that, Auntie Hetty. And yes, you and your ladies and down there keep busy. And it's so great how you connect with them all and they share your enthusiasm and and it's just a wonderful thing to see. And you do such great work with them, Auntie. It's
Thank you.
so good.
It's-
Yeah.
But it's them too. They're they love to hula.
Good bunch of people.
Yeah, they're really and they take good care of each other. You know, they really do. Yeah, and for
Yeah.
not being a halal, I think they do really good. They do really well.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thanks for sharing that. And those pictures, those are so wonderful. I saw those and was, oh, that's neat. And I saw the kazoo part too. I was going, that's funny. But yeah, Pulalia, I think you stay muted, Pulalia. You stay muted.
Am I?
There you
So
go.
I was doing my thing that I do all the time on Facebook. And in one of the many groups that I'm a part of, I found this contest, or so to speak, for poetry, and in the specifics were that it was haiku. So I kind of like threw it out there. I was like, brother Boy-san, this is all you, brother. This is all you. You have to, because you could, if enough people voted for your whatever haiku after a certain amount of time, you could win $1,000. And I'm
Wow.
like, perfect for Christmas, right? I love poetry. I love creating poetry. I will never put my poetry online though, because I'm too chicken. I love reading everybody else's poetry. So I threw it over to Boy-san, and I was like, brah, because I've seen your haikus. So tell me, how many did you put out there? Because I know you did it.
I did. Thank you, by the way. And I haven't written haikus in a long time. And I was feeling it. I've been feeling it coming on the last week or so. And then I saw your message and I was like, oh, maybe that's the sign. And didn't really like do it for the money. You have to do it. It has to come from the heart, right? So I wrote 3 of them and I put it on there. I was going to do more, but I got to do other stuff in life. So I did 3 of them, Pua. Thank you.
Well, so did you create new ones, or did you put ones that you already had in your head, or
No,
put down in paper or whatever?
there were new ones. Yeah. And, it's with nature and with the spirit, of the heart, the whole theme of this one was using the color blue. And so I used sort of like somebody being blue, sort of like for Blue Christmas. I can't remember. I'll have to pull it up, but it was sort of like Blue Christmas and, that kind of stuff without using one of them, without using the word blue, but it described blue. And then I think another one, I use the word blue in there and sort of rhymed it. And, with haikus, you don't have to rhyme the haikus, but I rhymed one of them. And then I did a third one after that. Yeah.
Where can we see this? Is it posted anywhere?
That's what I'm doing right now. I'm gonna get these right now.
Please
And I'm gonna get the links.
I'm not even pulling it outside. Where was it?
And can we vote, or is it?
Yeah, it's
bro, right on.
Vocal. It's on Vocal. VOCAL is the site, and you can search there. Did I use my? Let me see if I can pull it up.
It's vocal.com.
I think so, because I have an app, and so I don't know if it's the same online, but let me see if I can do it that way.
That's right. Oh, sure, no problem.
Vocal.com.
Oh man, I had the links all set up to copy and put in there, and now I lost them.
I was like,
on
oh,
it.
she's setting me up.
Yeah, when
Uh-oh.
you
No, so no, seriously, that is why you don't put a portuguese in charge of this kind of things.
yeah, when you find it, we'll go post it so that we can vote. And by the way, if you win $1,000, boy son, you gotta divide up between all 10 of us over here. Yeah,
Yeah, right. Like Merry Christmas.
because
I know I put it on my Facebook page, so I know for sure.
Okay.
It's there.
All right, I'll check your
And-
Facebook page.
Yeah, there should be like a link on there. Mine is the here.
The Daddy Steelers, yeah.
Let's see if I can do this here.
Let me find it. Why can't I find it?
that's
I'm looking at the wrong
that's,
face.
that's
why.
all right. It'll pop up as we go along. It'll pop up, and then we can put it in the chat, and
Yeah,
everybody
yeah.
can. The kind, yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Oh, good.
And talking about popping up in the chat, Uncle Keone, you popping up right there. I see with your Santa Claus hat there, which is quite festive, quite festive. I'm a little disappointed, Uncle. I'm just small kind disappointed that there isn't a feather hat band going around. just
Be real Hawaiian.
I know. I'm just a little disappointed, Uncle.
Uh-oh.
You know,
Uh-oh.
he's gonna.
That's all you have.
There you go.
Stay tuned.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Okay, we got the
Oh.
Ali colors now.
Ali colors. You're right,
Yeah.
man.
There you go.
What
Yeah.
color? What colors are those, Uncle Larry?
Well, that one's supposed to be actually Kamehameha supposed to have that, and Roosevelt not supposed to have that. But I don't. The dumb Hawaiians let
Hey.
Roosevelt take it.
Hey.
But they started Kamehameha 50 years before. I don't know why they didn't pick this Ali color. And they let Roosevelt take it 50 years later. Crazy.
Wait, be careful. You're talking to a rough rider here now. Be careful now. What you talking about? Yeah, why? Yeah, you oughta.
Owen Hui Kumako.
That's Kamehameha scholar should be.
Share the colors. Share the colors over here.
At least Roosevelt and Papa Colea, you know.
You know what is funny is my dad, right? My dad is a Kamehameha class of 32, right? So that's my dad. And then when I went to Roosevelt, right? And so he's the same thing. What colors that's the school? What the school color? That's Kamehameha colors, you know. I said, we would always have
Yeah.
we would always have conversations about that. But Kamehameha also had the blue and white. I mean, a lot of their stuff was they had the royal blue and the white on a lot of their stuff back in the day too. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, as well. So Uncle Keone, what you been doing for what you doing for the holidays?
Well, I've
Besides,
been pretty busy lately, looking forward to teaching live classes again.
yeah.
Live classes at the Senior Center. And I had some problems at first. I think I've got them all worked out now.
Oh, problems with the schedule.
Well, see, my partner who was teaching with me, he said, I asked him if he wanted to open the classes up again. He said, yeah, but you know what? I'm getting old now. I don't have the energy. I might do it for a little while more, but I want to quit. So I had to go look for somebody to teach the beginning class. And the classes were going like 3 hours on Friday mornings. And, one guy to go singing and playing ukulele for 3 hours. That's way too much. So I tried asking around. First, I asked this one lady who is a real good singer and ukulele player.
Mm-hmm.
She said, well, let me think about it. I'll let you know. So after a couple of weeks, I called her and I said, hey, did you think about it? Teaching the beginning class? She said, yeah, but I don't think I want to do it. She said, if I can help out, if somebody's sick or something, I can do it for 1 or 2 days, but you don't want to be an instructor full time. So I was almost at my wit's end because if I didn't have a helper, I couldn't open the classes.
Yeah.
So there was one other person who was our bass player in our class, when we had it like 3 or 4 years ago. And so I asked her, and boom, she said, okay, I'll do it. So
Excellent.
I was watching out for us.
Very good.
So I got everything all set up. We're gonna have registration in January, first 2 weeks, and the third week, the 20th, I think, we're gonna have the first class.
Very good. And where is this? Where are the classes being held?
At the Cerritos Senior Center.
Cerritos Senior Center.
Yeah.
Okay. And what cost is involved for the classes?
Cost?
Yeah.
Oh, free.
Oh, they're free. Oh
Free.
my. Oh
Yeah.
my. That is very nice. Very, very
We give
nice.
Cerritos residents first choice.
Uh-huh.
They get to register 1 week ahead of non-residents. And if there's room, non-residents can come into the class.
Very good. Very good. What about if you are a non-resident alien like Bobby Nalawai?
He can register, but they might be put on the waiting list.
Yeah.
Is that WAIT?
So
or
the question-
WIHT?
So the question is this: will immigration be called?
Right.
I like the way Bobby looks up and he looks around the room real quick.
Like, who, me?
Bobby who?
Sorry, no idea what you're talking about.
No, he's
So with the classes at our senior center, it's geared for the Cerritos residents, so
Sure.
they get first choice to everything.
nice.
Then any anybody from Mars that wants to join, they can register, and if there's space, they can go in. But if there's not, they're put on a waiting list.
Got it. Got it. Yeah. Well, that's very nice for
There's no
the
cost
folks
for
there.
anything.
Yeah,
Um,
there's no cost. That's why.
Yeah, the city's pretty good about that, no cost.
And those are your tax
Yeah,
dollars.
Both
Yeah.
Keone and I
Dollars an
volunteer our time.
That's
Yeah.
very nice. That's very nice. Okay.
Aw,
That's good.
so wonderful.
So that's nice. That's nice to hear, Uncle Keone. And okay, so have you brought anything from your from the what is the road show?
From your
Well,
antiques
Antique
roadshow.
Roadshow.
What have you
I wanna
brought
show you
from
guys
your
something.
antique roadshow, Uncle Keone?
I want to show you guys something from Hawaii.
Okay, here we go,
Probably
guys.
haven't seen in a long, long time.
Mm.
It's from the sugar plantation days. Let's see. Ta-da!
Oh,
That's
Oh,
the real thing.
Oh,
Us in the machete.
ooh, look
that's a
When's the last time you
machete.
seen one of these?
I'll wait.
with the hook and everything, man, right
Oh,
there.
Yeah.
That's the real stuff, man.
Good souvenir.
Budgie, no scared, Budgie. No scared. He's over there like,
Poor thing.
I-
His sister's
By
like,
my
oh,
door,
ouch,
for
ouch.
home protection.
Home protection. I know Bobby Nalawai tried to take one on the plane with him, but they wouldn't let you take it, Bobby. Oh man.
That's what I need, a plantation security guard with that big cane knife.
Yeah.
oh my goodness. Man, that how heavy is that, Keone?
It's about maybe a pound and a half.
Wow.
Pretty good.
well
good size one.
balanced, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But it can
I
wreak some
love it.
damage.
I need one of those.
Okay,
My dad used to work in the
Still,
sugar
my sister,
plantation
she's
field.
still, oi.
And he used to buy these things. And boy, when he sharpens them, he can shave with them.
Yeah. So
I used to watch the
Uncle
guy sharpen
Keone,
a cane.
Uncle
in the
Keone,
field.
what is the story behind that particular cane knife? I mean, does it have a story behind it, where it came from and all that?
This one here, it came from when I was visiting Hawaii, maybe about 15 years ago.
Uh-huh.
My brother asked me if I wanted to go garage sale. So we went, jumped in his car and went around Waipahu. And I found this sitting on somebody's table. I said, wow, a real cane knife. I gotta have it. How much? He said 50 cents. Sold.
Really?
Wow.
Big money in those days.
No, just 15 years ago.
But my
Still big
dad
money.
had about 3 or 4 of these.
50 cents 15 years ago was fairly big money compared to now.
Yeah.
My. Yeah.
Holy smokers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's quite
Almost
Wild.
not every house, but a lot of the houses. I had one. I used to hang it under the house, but a lot of houses had a cane knife, hanging around.
Yeah.
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 Uncle, I get plenty weeds in my backyard. I need your help. with that cane knife.
And
Right?
and
I
that
need
little
some trees trimmed.
that little hook part on
Right,
top,
that hook.
right?
Yeah.
Top there, for
Okay.
hooky something, right? A piece of wood
Yeah.
or one
Cane.
Oh, because of, it was for picking up the sugar cane, right?
Sugarcane.
The
Yeah.
picking
stalk.
up the sugar
Got 'em.
cane.
Yeah.
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 We my grandma used to have one, and there is nothing more satisfying in the world than watching a 4'9" Japanese lady who's soaking wet, weighed 99 pounds, wielding one of those in the yard. Let me tell you,
Oh yeah.
she was a beast.
You
But
know what is real satisfying when you swing that thing? If you're cutting down a banana stalk, come
Oh,
time,
yeah.
come time when
That's
you
why-
when we're gonna make emu, right? So we got to look for the banana stalk and whatever. So we load in the back of the truck and we go on the banana patch and by Kaneohe, all the banana fields right there where the golf course is. What's the name of that
Oh,
golf?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, all inside there is all banana groves and whatever.
Right.
And,
The banana patch.
banana patch. So one of my uncles had permission. We go up inside there, and nothing so satisfying is to hear when you swing that cane knife inside the banana. That shock, that sound going through that is so satisfying. Yeah.
Cuts it like
You can
paper.
also put gasoline on it, light a match, and do the Samoan knife dance.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And you get two and you hook it.
Uncle. So the history behind the fire knife, the Samoan siva afi, was actually although the knife dance had existed for many centuries, fire was only added in the 60s, and that happened in San Francisco, California.
Really?
Yeah.
And
So
Know that?
Uncle Freddie Letuli.
Oh, yeah.
So Uncle
Tui's
Freddie Letuli,
Tui's father.
he
Yeah.
had Tui Letui's father. He had a Polynesian review show in San Francisco,
Mhm.
Nice.
and it was not very popular after being there for over a decade. So the owners of the venue said, "Hey, you know what? You better make something happen, or else we're shutting you down."
Light up the show.
Nice.
And that night he got creative, and he took his undershirt off. The kind the wife beater, tied it on the ends of his knife, and he put some lighter fluid on that thing. He went out there, and the crowd loved it. Loved it.
All right.
Yeah.
And so that's
funny.
why Freddie Letuli is called the father of the fire knife.
Okay.
That's good to know. My
Yeah.
uncle just used to do that. I remember as a kid, but I didn't know that about San Francisco and Lituli. That's pretty cool.
In fact, I think
I like when they call it the ancient Samoan fire dance.
Yeah.
I'm like ancient as in 1966. Yes, ancient.
1960s.
Showmanship.
I
When
think
I
I
was
got
in high
that.
school, there was a Samoan kid who used to do the dance for the kids in school on stage.
Mhm.
And one day he dropped the knife and cut his leg.
Ooh,
The
ouch.
principal said, "No more,
Wow.
no more knife dance." We'll say you're
Um,
sharp.
Funny.
Yeah,
Oh,
I have the book somewhere. I have the book that I got one year over one of the Holauleas when Branscombe Richmond's mom and dad,
Oh, yeah. Auntie
right?
Alice, Auntie Alice and
Auntie
Miley.
Alice,
Yeah.
Auntie Alice,
Yeah.
and standing right up in front of there was, and Tui was there that time too. And I bought that book. I still got it in my box somewhere that traces the whole story of that. And of course, Tui's father also, by virtue of that, was called to Hollywood, and he is in quite a few of the movies of the early '60s with the flaming, the ancient
Rumble and fire dance.
I love it.
that goes along with the ancient fireball, and the ancient fireballs too.
Yeah,
Renee.
Don't mention it.
Ancient fireballs, yeah. That is hilarious. Oh my gosh. See the things that we talk about in here? Oh my God. Well, another fun fact. You know what? I think I'm the Sheldon Cooper of all my friends. Do anybody watch Big Bang Theory?
Oh yeah, Sheldon. Okay.
Sheldon Cooper. So yeah, Sheldon is this wealth of knowledge. They're all geniuses on that show, which is why I should be on it too. But Sheldon Cooper always has, interesting fact. Interesting. He's always throwing these facts out there to his friends. But one more interesting fact about Freddie Letuli, his wife, Tui's mom, Lonnie McIntyre, was a world famous Waikiki hula dancer who used to tour with people like Lina Machado. And she was part of that whole team of absolutely famous hula. So he comes from really good stock, from amazing humans that created Tui Letuli.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyways.
And you know who comes from really, really good stock too is DC Makaena.
Hey.
Makaenas?
Yes.
Oh, Makaena.
Makaena stock?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And he is very, very humble, doesn't want to talk about it very much, but comes from quite a heritage. DC, when you start writing your old school pidgin English, it is classic. Boyson and I were delighted. Boyson joined me on the Babu's crew last week Wednesday. He came on board, and DC made some comments, just cracking the both of us up, DC, because there's pidgin English, and there's old school plantation style pidgin English, and that's the version of pidgin that DC writes. I don't know if you've noticed any of his posts that when he writes, it's a beautiful thing, and even for myself and like Boyce and us guys, it gives us cause for pause because we gotta stop. We understand it, but we gotta read it slowly now. So DC,
there's Hawaiian words in there.
There's all kinds of Hawaiian words inside there as well, and that writing style of the pidgin English there, DC. Where did that come from, DC?
Well, actually, I kind of grew up when we left Kalihi. We moved to Halawa housing, and back then, you had to qualify, to live in the housing because you had to be a veteran. And right in our community, you had up Halawa, middle Halawa, and down Halawa. There was those sections, and we all had our a way of talking, and in our area we had a lot of Samoan people like they started moving in the 50s, like 56, 57, and a lot of my friends like the Iselus, O'Brien was younger than us, but his older brother Ipulasi, we played Papuana together, and that's the way we communicated. That was like our own makeup words.
Love it.
No matter where you go, there's in different sections of the islands, you always have your little I guess they call it colloquial words, that you use, and that's where I picked up a lot of that from. Is just listening to different ethnic groups talking, And sometimes you had to listen real good because if you don't listen good, you would lose it. You would lose it. So I kind of, that's where I pick all of that up from.
I love it. It is classic.
I wanted to respond to Pua. Earlier, she said that she had is working or met my niece, Erin. Actually, her grandmother is my dad's baby sister. So please give her my aloha, Pua. Just tell her, Uncle said hello.
Will do.
Back to the that kind of broken English. It was from Halawa Housing because there was a conglomeration of people that came from all parts of the island. Like affordable homes.
Elhampton.
Yeah, so that's where I kind of picked up all of that from.
And Aloha was like the new KPT, right? It's like, forget KPT and Camp 4. Aloha is where it's at.
We started this grinds, the Halava grinds in Las Vegas. It started with the 7 of us that played Papuana. They would meet in Vegas on the second Tuesday of October. And for years, that's what we were doing. In fact, we still do it. But for 6 years straight, we had the grinds. We started off with 17 in 2005. And 6 years later, we ended up with almost 300. We had to rent both the Miley room and the other room, the big room.
Ohana room.
Yeah.
The Ohana room. And that's where this thing grew because we all started like making up words, So that's where all of that came from.
Contagious, man.
Yeah. It's good fun to share because, you just, it's like when we cook, it's like one upmanship, my lapchong is better than yours, Same way with the words, the language,
Yeah.
That's where it comes from.
Yeah, and so and it has so much humor that is associated with it, right? Very, very often, where you're telling a story and there's always a humorous edge to it when you're using your pidgin, and you craft the pidgin conversation or the words around a funny story or a funny reply to something, and that's what makes it even that much more funny because as you're reading it or you're hearing it. The verbiage conjures up all different kinds of stuff because you're going in all these different directions, and for me, it's so wonderful. So
a lot of us, we don't have toys, so we had to entertain ourselves. It's like when we played jacks, we played jump rope, and we started, like the hula hoop. We used to use the crab net ring. One of the Whammo guys came through. I saw the boys in Hawaii were doing that. All of a sudden, they get that hula hoop. So I attribute all of the stuff we did in school, all the technological changes that everybody's living with. So it was like that. But mahalo for mentioning that.
Yeah, bro, absolutely.
That's hilarious.
Oh my goodness.
So, okay, I'm gonna kind of go back in time. I'm gonna just kind of clarify something. So, Sister Budge, your mom is Auntie Jojo, right?
Yes.
Speaking of someone who knew all the old pidgin words, Auntie Jojo, she was the coolest little auntie ever, like ever. We used to when I was super young though. God, I can't. I was probably a freshman in high school, and she would always she had a way of talking and when you talking to Uncle DC about all those old words, and I was like, oh my God, some of the words that she would come up with were like, no one talks like that anymore. But we used to have good fun at your house when I was young. Oh my God, Auntie Jojo was the best. She was one of a kind, right? But
when you talk about pidgin English, there's such a thing as people who can speak pidgin English, what I call fluent. if you know what I'm trying to say. This guy, we went to the surf rider, what's the other hotel? The Moana Hotel, and he parks cars. But I think the hotel got him there for a special reason. He's like the greeter, and he parks cars sometime. He tell guy, and his pidgin English, I could sit all day and listen to him. His name was Skippy, and this is about 10 years ago. Oh, what a beautiful pidgin English. Had it, the tonality, the ups and downs, all that. The way he said it was amazing. So I went, I'm a freak, and I said, "Hey, Skippy," look at me and he waved. He said something. Oh man, but you get somebody who, you guys know.
Yeah. Uncle, you kind of cutting out a little bit. I don't know whether it's on my
Yeah,
side
really
or
sound.
we get smoke and maybe has to do with the weather and all of that as well.
Yeah, the mini hoonies.
The many hoonies, I tell you. Yeah. But
The many hoonies.
the many hoonies.
Yeah, they're saying, "Hey, no talk about us."
So Budgie, what kind of work do you do, Budge?
What kind of work do I do?
Yeah.
I work at Experian, credit reporting agency.
Ooh, that's good to know.
So,
So, are you? Do you talk with the public at all, or is this just on computers and in the inner workings of the organization, or?
well, where I work, because I'm in the mailroom, we just basically deal with the other employees when they're wanting to send stuff.
Got it. Got
When
it.
doing work with the credit reporting, yeah, we do talk to a lot of upset people. People, because we messed up their credit. But yeah. But other than that, I don't have to deal with that now, which is a good thing, because some people were not happy. So,
Do you ever have anybody calling in and using pidgin English? Hey, what happened to my credit like that? My credit was good before, and all of a sudden, them freaking guys at Experian and buggers went jack my credit. What's up? No.
we were threatened. They were gonna come and shoot us if we did.
Ooh,
Wow.
ouch,
Yeah,
Threats.
ouch.
people do
Oh,
get it.
that's heavy.
Yeah.
Well, the funny thing is they get mad at people like you folks, but it's really their own fault.
Exactly.
Usually.
Their own fault, but to them, not to them.
Yeah. Because that's one of, I think there are three major credit companies, right? There's
Equifax.
Equifax is one, Experian, and what's the third one?
TransUnion.
TransUnion.
There you go. Yeah, those are the major ones, right? That affect your credit and stuff, Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Budge. I'm not gonna call you anymore.
Reports.
You can send her mail now. No talk to her. Just send her mail. Well, it's nice to have you come in and hang out with us, Budgie. As you can see, we're all over the place over here. Whatever goes over here, and it's always fun. And that's what happens on the porch, right? We get different conversations going on in different directions, and all of that. And then we have Nancy Lewis, who all by herself, Nancy has cornered the feline capital of Anaheim.
Yes, I have.
Nancy does such great work with the feral cats and cats that are abandoned, and she's always making sure that they're taken care of there. And that's a full-time job, pretty much, Nancy.
Yeah, it is. I mean, some of these I'm not involved in. I transport them, but some of these people are there every day, twice a day, rain or shine. No vacations, no time off. Just taking care of the cats.
So you want transporter?
I transport them. I pick them up from whoever is taking care of them, and we have people that trap them and foster them and take care of them, and I take them to the vet and return them. And sometimes I drive down to San Diego or up to La Cañada or whatever. There's a lot of transportation involved, so it's all a team. We're family.
Yeah. So is there a a spay neuter initiative going on to with these cats as well, or no?
Well, that's what we do when we trap them. We get them all spayed and neutered. We get them microchipped. If they need medical care, we get them medical care. We do the flea treatment, vaccines, the whole shot. And if they're friendly, then we'll go and find a home for them, which is really difficult because we don't have enough fosters. But you know, we try to get the friendly ones out of there because so many people will see our people out there feeding them, and so they think they can dump their perfectly friendly house cat, dump it there, and
Yeah.
it sickens me that they do that. But some of them, like my own little cuddle bug, just get friendly right away, and so we don't want to return them to the street if we don't have to.
Sure.
So it's hard to find someone that's willing to tame a foster. I'm one of the few that can do that, but I don't mean tame a foster, tame a feral. But I have too much on my plate. I can't foster any. I have already 6 cats in my house. So,
Yeah.
but
know,
I do help people. I teach them how to help tame them and everything.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, that is some work that I know keeps you very busy and keeps you very involved, and there's pretty much no end to the numbers of cats that are out there that need help, need attention, and especially with the bad weather and all of that now that they're affected
We
by
try
it
to
too.
find an end to it, but as long as people keep dumping their cats, there's not
Yeah.
going to be an end.
Yeah.
It's really
Yeah.
sad.
Yeah. And you know, to that point, there's and I think you posted it. Oh, and by the way, before I go any further, poor Lilia has posted Boysan's link. Did you all see the link that she posted in the chat?
No, not yet.
Thank you, poor.
Yeah, take a look at that. She's posted vocal.media/challenges/blue-haiku/submissions. So if you make a note of that, can go in and vote for Boysan's haikus. And
It's under my real name though.
under your real name, Stephen Yagagan. There you go. It's there. And Nancy, out there also, right? I mean, there's a it's a non-profit. There's a couple of nonprofits that are associated with what you do. Is there,
Well,
Nancy?
there's the group that I'm involved in is Orange County Community Cats.
Got it. Orange County Community Cats. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And yeah, there's a lot of groups out there, but that one is the one I'm most directly involved with.
Sure. Okay. All right.
Like report the Manapua man down the street. Get less cats now.
Get less cats down. You better stop it. I'm gonna have Nancy. I'm gonna have
Stop
Nancy
it.
drive over to your house.
I didn't hear what he
Stop it, that's
said.
naughty.
That's good.
It's probably a good thing I didn't hear what he said.
He was being kolohe.
I can always go back to the recording and find out.
Yeah, you can.
I'm not going to vote for you.
Um, talking about voting for the absolute best over here. If there was a voting for best mochi,
Marty Burns.
I would have to say it would have to be Marty Burns, Broke the Mount Bakery here. So Marty, you told me you were experimenting and you think you've got a good combination of coconut mochi. Is that true?
Yeah, I tried it out the other day, and it seems like there's a lot of people that don't like coconut though.
Mm.
But the first time I made the coconut mochi, I
Monsters.
sprinkled the coconut on the top of the mochi, and I didn't like how it came out because it, when you try to cut it, then it cracks and comes off. And so the other day I mixed it in the batter, and man, I'm telling you what, that bugger came out good.
Mm.
And even people that I had try it that weren't coconut fans, they liked it.
I don't believe.
I like coconut.
We need evidence.
Example.
Pua, I would send it, but I don't know how the mochi would do on a 5-day trip to Hawaii.
I know. I'm just kidding.
I'm
No
not
worries.
too far.
The minute the minute I land in LA, you know who's gonna get hit up, right? You know.
Yeah,
Well,
we're
I have
15, 20 minutes away.
multiple
Yeah.
flavors now for everybody to try. Now, if anybody goes to the Slacky Festival in
Yeah.
January, I have a booth there. So
Oh, okay.
Oh, right on, Ron.
Okay. I see you there.
Mitch Chang.
So you have a
anybody
shop?
from on the porch, they get the Kamaina price.
That's right. It's
Okay.
50% more.
But yeah,
Yeah.
so I'll have a booth there.
Make
at
sure
the
you have
Slacky.
your ube cookies.
I know, Cam.
Oh, no can.
Yeah, the guy told me, he said, because they have, I guess, a veteran ube.
Somebody else.
person.
Oh.
Yeah, so he said you could do your mochi, but no ube. And I was like, what?
Oh, at the guitar festival?
Yeah, so I guess the one lady who does it all the time,
Mm.
she does specifically ube. So
Oh, okay. Oh,
Okay.
yeah. She
There-
has a
There is
monopoly.
there's an old Chinese word that we can apply here, Marty, to folks on the porch who may want to order ube from you. The ancient word is side order. Side order. I like make side order. You make side order. You like side order? We make side order. So if anybody wants to make side order, and this is only on the porch, folks. You can reach out to Marty for the kind side order. Just say, hey, I like make that side order. This is not for the public. This is side order. Okay.
I was gonna say pre-order.
Well, I was telling Kamaka today, I am kind of stressing out because the date has come where this one lady wants 12 dozen
Oh, that's right.
ube cookies, and she wants to pick them up on the 21st. So tomorrow I get going starting tomorrow. But
Do you have a storefront?
no, just
It's all pre-order.
yeah. So she quick story. Boyson, she was at a get together I had at the house, and she was a friend of a friend. It was the first day I met her. It's like, oh, Marty, I give out gift packages at Christmas to the nurses. Can you make me ube cookies? And I go, oh yeah, sure. So I was thinking, like a couple dozen. She said, oh yeah, I'll need 12 dozen.
Oh,
Stopped me in
first
my
was
tracks.
8
I'm like,
dozen. First was
12
8
dozen.
dozen. What happened?
Huh?
12. Oh,
Yeah, so but since I told her, yeah, I guess I got to come through now.
Yeah. Well, good. Glad to hear that's coming along, and That's besides football, man. That's one of your passions, man, baking, Marty, and you do so well and so honor your stuff, man. And, people are still talking about the wonderful goodies that we enjoyed at the on the porch gathering we had in Huntington Beach. We still drooling from that. Everybody would evaporate all the goodies that were there that day. So that was ono.
I'd like
Great
to
stuff.
throw out real quick too, if I may. We lost Brother Avi today from Brothers. I don't know how many people knew Avi from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a tough one. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
he passed away this morning. Or this morning.
We lost him today.
And another one, if anybody knew Margaret Sanborn from San Diego, she was the board for the Alondra Park, the HICCSC for
What?
yeah.
Auntie Maggie?
Yeah, Auntie Maggie.
Oh no.
Yeah, she was she had diabetes but had it under control, but she had other health issues too. And the last time I saw her, she was just very weak, very weak.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
You know that auntie handled the books for the HICCSC for 40 years?
Years.
40 years, I
Wow.
think.
40 years.
Because when my mom was on the board, she was doing
She was
books.
the books.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, and for many, of course, we come to this time of year, yeah, and it's a happy time of year, family gatherings, like Bobby Nalawai up there visiting Ohana, and it's an annual journey up there. He and the girls go up and they spend time with the family. And for others, it's a tough time of year, yeah, because of loved ones passing away, or sometimes there are tragic accidents that happen and things of that sort, right? And so, while it's a happy time of year, it is also an introspective time of year for many families and for many folks as well, too, yeah, as well. So, just reach out to pick up the phone and give loved ones a call or someone you haven't spoken of. And we've talked about that, right, all through the year. In fact, we've said, hey, grab the phone, just reach out to someone and just say, hey, I was thinking about you, just wanted to say hello. And I usually just say, yeah, I just doing one virtual drive-by, I just was thinking about you guys, and so do that too, for others. And even though we're spread out all over the place, it's as simple as a phone call that can really, you never know, might brighten someone's day. Yeah.
Kamaka, it's like a time to reflect.
So true, Uncle. So true, and to reflect on our blessings too. Yeah, reflect on our blessings. Really, for some of us, for some folks, they think of all the kind of the bad things and the not so good things that happened through the year. This happened and that happened, because it's been a tough couple of years, right? With COVID, and we've lost some loved ones to COVID and to health issues. And so, yeah, it's also a good time for us to reflect on our blessings too, as well. And while we're talking about that, all of us continue to pray for Brother Stan Gomes, and little by little, I think we have some, Bobby, I think we've got some incremental improvement coming along, right?
Very slowly. They're getting very close to taking him off the ventilator, and he breathing on his own. So it's coming. He's opening his eyes. He nods his head when somebody will say something. So it's that baboon's got so much fight in him. He didn't want to go anywhere else. So he's getting there. And I got to apologize. I've kind of not been on top of that as normally, but I don't know if you guys knew. I had COVID for the past 2 weeks. It was not fun. Anyway, yeah, just this past Friday, it was 2 weeks before that Friday, I tested positive, and then this past Friday, tested negative.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm here. But I'll get a hold of Francis tomorrow.
She's been really good. On at least I text her, and Marty has texted her, and she's good about answering, and so
Yeah. And I text on her too.
Auntie Hetty, I apologize for the few times that I text her. I just, I told her sorry, I don't mean to be bothering. And she actually said, you know what? She goes, no, go ahead. She goes like,
yeah.
It makes her feel better.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, cause you don't want to be bothering somebody in this kind of time. But she actually, I apologized and said, I'm sorry to keep, texting you, but I'm just, concerned. She said, oh, no, go ahead.
Yeah. I think she feels, like we're pulling for him too and praying for him. So, and she knows that, and I think it gives her a little better feeling, and then she can also deal with, Papa.
Right.
Yeah. Something I had shared, and I think I had shared the week before. I was talking with some friends about being a caregiver. Yeah. And I had texted Francis and told her that we were praying for her as well.
Yes.
That she stays healthy, that she has the strength from Akua, because not only is she there for Stanley, but as you say, Auntie Hetty, she is also there for, Stan Sr., who himself has health issues. He has some dementia going on. So she's taking care of that household and keeping that going, as well as caring for us. So she's being a lot of stress going on. And sometimes we forget that it's the caregiver that needs our prayers and needs our strength too. So I shared with her being a caregiver is an integral part of the overall picture over here, and that she definitely is part of it. So please pray for her as well, that she'll stay strong and stay healthy. Because if she gets sick, if she's down,
no communication.
No communication, and then there's Stan's the only child. I don't know if they have any other relatives here that would step up or whatever. I think it's a pretty small, a pretty small circle of folks over there. So yeah. So let Francis know that we're praying for her as well too. Yeah. When we do text her or do let her know. Yeah.
Yeah, she really does appreciate that.
Good.
And it gives her somebody to talk to about it.
Yeah. Okay, very good. So anybody has any special plans for the upcoming holidays, or anybody someone is taking a trip, or any special parties or anything?
Family
having surgery tomorrow. Is that a trip?
Poor Aaliyah is celebrating tomorrow by having surgery tomorrow.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hop along.
She's going
Hop along.
Hopefully I'll still have a foot tomorrow.
Well, you made it through finals week. That's what's the main thing.
Right.
Yeah. So they're going in tomorrow with jackhammers and everything, and gonna dig out that foreign object in her foot, gonna fun it.
Watch out with Keone's machete.
Oh goodness, Keone, put your machete away, Keone. Oh way. Okay. So I think time for us to take a picture over here. Let me just grab my camera over here. Hang on. I gotta put.
Yeah, now you're smiling.
I gotta put the flash bulb into my camera. You remember flash bulbs, huh? Remember that flash bulbs there? All right, good.
Flash bulb.
And film.
That was a day. Film, flash
and
bulb,
flash-
and battery.
Remember, you had to have you carry one whole thing,
Cube,
get all
the
the bulbs, and they had the cubes, yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing rotate that, get 4
Mhm.
on one, and then you take a picture again. No go off, and then oh shoots, I used up all 4 of them buggers already. Oh shoot. Okay, so get ready for our holiday picture of you. Okay, everybody, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Got it. Oh, that's a nice one. That's a nice one. Shoots. So next week, Monday, is the 26th. Right? Christmas is next week, Sunday already. Ooh-wee.
Yeah, Christmas is on Sunday.
Okay, and so I think on the 26th,
Day off.
I think we all just kind of relax a little bit under the tree, put your feet up. Time for change your socks. You know, take time. Boy-san, you can take a shower, boy-san. You know, I know what I wanted to ask Boy-san. Here's what I wanted to. And you know, DC, we were talking about Pidgin English, and Uncle Larry, we're talking about Pidgin English. Now, this I would find interesting. Now, Boy-san is Filipino Samoan. Okay, right? Filipino. Boy-san is Filipino Samoan. Now,
And some other stuff in between.
and some other stuff in between. So that makes for some interesting Pidgin English growing up here in
Let me tell you.
down
Yeah, I
Waialua.
do this- I had to
Tell us.
listen to my Samoan Mara and my Filipino Fada all the time.
So you must have been enjoying in the Samoan words, the Filipino words, and then you know the local. So
In between.
and stuff in between. How was that Pidgin around your family, around your household?
Our Pidgin was a little different because, you know, when the consonants change between Samoan and Filipinos, you know, you got the B that sounds like a P for Samoan.
Or a V.
And the
Yeah.
Filipino, you got the V instead of
Gotta think about it.
the F and the P, right?
The F and a
So
P.
I could change that on the fly. So if I'm speaking to
On the
somebody,
fly.
you know,
On the
like an
fly.
elder or somebody who came recently from the Philippines or from Samoa, I can kind of figure out what they're saying.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And my parents used to make fun of each other. So when they would fight, they would use each other's consonants against them. It was the funniest thing. Story.
Yeah, I could imagine the food in your house, Boy-san. I could
Oh,
just
yeah.
imagine the food.
Oh yeah. So
Oh,
my
wow.
mom learned to cook Filipino food. My dad learned to eat Samoan food. When we had luau's, the Filipinos side would, you know, do the lechon, and my mom's side would do the umu, or imu as they say in Hawaii, right? But
The
we
umu,
do the
yeah.
umu. And then my friends I hung out with were the Japanese and Portuguese guys. So you add to that to the equation.
Jeez.
I picked up their grandparents' accents too.
And that's something that DC was talking about, that is the uniqueness of the Pidgin English, or the Creole English, right, of the islands, in that each community and each area had their own, and even as for Boy-sans, even the families had their own nuances to the Pidgin, right? You know,
Yes.
and that's what made it so it continues to evolve even down to today, you know, the Pidgin.
Can I give you a new Pidgin word to add to your vocabulary?
Go for it.
So when I was in, I think, 8th or 9th grade, my friend was offering me a stick of gum outside of chemistry class at Waialua. Japanese guy, right? And I couldn't decide if I wanted juicy fruit or double mint. You know, he had the multiple pack or something like that. And then, and then somehow, oh no, I was offering him. That's right. And then he was being picky. That's right. And then I said, "Hey, no be chooseby." And he said, "Chooseby." I was like, "Oh my God, it's choosy." I got chooseby from my older
Juicy.
sister, who somehow made up the word, and I thought it was a real word. Chooseby.
Chooseby. I like that word. Chooseby. Don't be such a chooseby. Oh, that's funny.
Good one. Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry, I just had a call coming in right here. I gotta put this right on stun over here. It's can talk with them later. Yeah, I know. I got a Facebook message from Catherine Bachnight. You guys know who Catherine Bachnight is, right? Okay. I got a Facebook message from Catherine Bachnight, and I had missed her phone call the other day, and so I assumed that she was giving me a call to tell me about this. So this afternoon at 1:40 on my phone, on direct message from Facebook, it says, "Hello, have you heard of the DHH program going on now?" And then I answer with question mark DHHS, and it says, "Oh, I mean the Department of Health and Human Services. They're supporting people financially. I got $13,900 from it." I said, question mark, and then she goes on, "Everyone does qualify for it. If you want, I can send you the link so you can apply." All of a sudden, I went scam. So I responded this way: "Is this real? Catherine, it sounds like a scam. Who is this? What have you done with Catherine? I'm calling the police right now." And then all of a sudden it says, "This person is unavailable on Messenger."
Yeah.
You know, one example of your environment. When I first went in the Air Force, then I started talking to, these Holly guys from Austin and Michigan and all. And I would say things, just off the cuff, we're talking, and I said stuff like Bombay, Nuff, instead of enough, Nuff, Bombay, and hey, Hemo the bugger. And then they looked at me, and then I caught myself, So then I started to pick up English real good, as far as speaking to people, So I come home to Hawaii on furlough, and my friends tell me, "Hey, Larry, don't talk like a haole." So it's what you used to for a while, and you still carry it when you come, I was different to them when I came home on furlough. But Bombay is something. Where the hell they got Bombay from, man?
Yeah. And that, by the way, is what made Local Boys go bilingual, in which we can turn off the pidgin when need to, and then turn on the good English when we have to as well. So we became bilingual, man, on that.
Right.
Everyone, please have healthy, safe holidays wherever you go, whatever you do. All the best for your surgery tomorrow, Pu'alalia. Stay healthy up there in the Pacific Northwest there, Mr. Nalawai. Uncle Keone, be careful with that bolo knife. You get that K knife, you get there. Nancy, take care of those cats. Boy-san, always good to have you join us, and everybody go vote for Boy-san over there. You see the link over there, so go vote for his haiku. And Uncle Larry and Auntie Hetty, you guys fly safely at 35,000 feet. Now make sure you guys be careful of all the turbulence that are out there. Marty, continue the mochi run. Keep that. I'm gonna put a side order. I want that side order, the coconut mochi. That's gonna be my side order. I'm gonna give you a call for side order. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. Nobody gonna tell me you cannot make side order. All right, everyone. Love you all. God bless. You guys all be safe out there, and we will see you soon on the porch. Aloha, everybody. Take care.
Aloha.
Aloha.
Aloha.